Right, we are live. So, welcome to the European trading session. I'm actually not in Europe, I'm still in Singapore. So, yeah, so it's the afternoon for me actually, 2 o'clock. I'm still working in the UK hours a little bit. I worked until last night about 11 o'clock. It's not much yesterday. Let's see, today there is a few interesting development. I'm gonna start off with the European indices. So we'll have a look at the German DAX for now. We have a potential head and shoulder pattern. It's potential. I need to really get below this 13,400 area first before I consider to short it. We are reaching to a level of resistance. You can see, drop that down a little bit. We're pretty significant anyway. Euro stock as well is on my list to sell. We are reaching to the top channel resistance through here. We may, you know, we may see this try one more time and then break, but I'm happy if I can, get in a nice entry, then yes, I will look to short it. Okay, so let's have a quick look on the hourly chart. Really need to get below this point first for me. We need to get below this, and then I'll consider to sell it. All right. So dollar index. We go to dollar index. Just pull this down first. Dollar index. Daily have reached to an area that trend line support area. Also 50 EMA. You can see multiple times we like to bounce on this 50 EMA, but it could range a few days. It could bounce, but could range for a few days. We shall see. But there is some interesting development. I know the Bank of Australia has risen interest rate, but price is now obviously reached to a kind of like a trend line resistance that I found. I don't think it's going to go up to the top channel, but you can see from last couple of times that price like to range for a few days before it actually turn around. So I really need to see this channel line completely break lower and then a retest to short Aussie against the US dollar. So maybe tomorrow if it breaks lower later on. I mean, I did see the first weakness came from Kiwi this morning in Asia. So you can see that it's already broken lower, and does Kiwi like to break? It could still range for a few days. It could range for a few days like here. So I don't really want to get in prematurely. And that can range for a few days on that end. So let's see how price develop at the moment anyway. Let's go back to a 4 hours to have a look. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me to come back to the top and then go again. So prematurely maybe. Let's see how it develop in the coming days. Pound is on my list to short as well. I see it's on the top in a multiple resistant areas. The long-term trend line and is obviously we know we got our daily try to change of trend, but weekly is still on a downtrend. So I do want to sell the British pound against the US dollar, but it has a tendency to range for a few days. So wouldn't surprise me just range for a few days. Watch out on the NFT this weekend on Fan Payroll this Friday. So I think that would be a triggering point for that. Dollar yen, interestingly, I know quite a few people were shorting it. I was traveling. Yeah, you could trade the phase two, but it comes back to a level now in here that we are back to the support. You know, if you go up a time frame on weekly, it's really just a weekly phase two. Nothing changed too much of the picture. Okay, so how do you trade this? I think from previous, again, I think very likely that I will have to be patient for a few days. Here will range for a few days anyway, okay? And then look for breakout and go long on dollar yen at least to here, to the monthly pivot, take some profit, and then see will that continue to break higher. So we shall see. Continue to the indices. I want to show you the Hang Seng this morning because it's drifting lower. Are we going to have a bounce? We don't know because there's Nancy Pelosi, the White House Speaker, potentially is going to Taiwan. That triggers some concern in obviously the Hang Seng. So we shall see. But it's not a great area to trade. I think I do want to be short more than long, but we may see a bounce. Right? So if we come back to 21,000 area, I might look to be a seller, but not right now. I don't want to buy it. Going to have a quick look of the indices. I mean, there's still a little bit of room to the upside on S&P 500. So am I intraday long today on that? Let's have a look at the weekly pivot. Yeah, maybe 42,000 area around here could be possible. We are reaching to the last strip of it, so it's more only suitable for intraday trading really. So let's see if we can get a break in here later when the US open, yeah, and then I'll take it long, take some profit in here, and then yeah, let the rest run. So we'll see on that later. Let's have a look at similar thing on Nasdaq as well. Still grounding higher, so I'm not going to fight it until I see more reversal signal. But we may see a tiny bit higher before we see the turnaround on Friday. So let's see, maybe intraday long for now. But the Dow Jones is actually reaching to top channel line we have on that. So we may see a break, but that's something I'm keeping my eye on. That certainly still, it's trying to, you know, it's ranging a little bit, but I'm not going to fight the overall trend anyway. So let's see how it develops in a little bit. Gold is grinding higher, but it's reaching to very close to resistance for me. Could argue we are reaching to a soft level anyway, this area, and then potentially very early we are seeing a little. I still, you know, you really need to have a change of trend on 1 hour before we do this. So to buy yen, I really need to see. I want to see gold. Oh, sorry, sell yen. I need to see gold breaking this trend line below 1760. Silver is it's very close to the resistance level as well. So silver, I like to see a breakdown before I would consider to sell yen. So something like this. Would be okay below this area. All right. Oil, interestingly, I did say earlier of the week I do want to go long, but it has to stay above, you know, this monthly pivot area, but I couldn't stay. Is now trying to break lower, but is it really going to break lower? I mean, maybe, but if it breaks lower, then I'll turn into a seller. But I really need to take off this low test, and then, you know, intraday I'll look for an entry through that. Finally, is crypto. I did say I wanted to sell, but unfortunately it kicked me out yesterday. So let's see. I mean, it could form a double top before we we see a real drop. So if I see indices continue to break higher, maybe this will bring higher first on Ethereum, and then I'll look to be a seller around this area, back to here, take some profit, and then leave some to run. Bitcoin, finally, we have a channel developed on daily. You can see a channel through here flagged. So, you know, aggressive entry would be now in the middle of nowhere. I'm no interested. So maybe a rejection on the top channel to sell it, take some in here, and then leave the second one running. So we shall see on that, but I do want to be a seller, but just way the case of timing it perfectly. So maybe short term, I still want to be a buyer on S&P 500, mainly S&P 500. I'll break above here, and I'll be a buyer up to the points there, and then maybe a seller later on. Maybe time it with the NFTP on Friday on that. Okay. If you do have any questions, let me know. If you not join our Discord channel, then drop me a message on this YouTube video, then I will add you into our community. Otherwise, happy trading, happy investing. Thank you.